This episode of the AI Daily Deep Dives podcast was researched by the AI model Gemini 2.5 Pro Deep Research and Kimi 2 Deep Research and is fully AI generated. Welcome to the Deep Dive. We sift through stacks of research so you don't have to, bringing you the core insights. Today, we're looking at something really positive. It's an essay about the top 10 most impactful AI applications for humanity. Our goal here is simple. Let's explore the real, tangible good AI is already doing. Forget the hype for a minute. These are deployed solutions changing lives. We're asking, how is AI actually solving some big global problems?
Yeah, and what's so compelling about this list, I think, is that these aren't just cool ideas on paper. They're out there actively transforming things. Health, food, social integration, real-world impact.
Yeah, exactly. Demonstrated impact. And as we go through these, you'll probably start seeing some bigger patterns emerge. So we're going to count them down from 10 to 1. The most impactful AI applications according to this essay. Let's dive in. Okay, number 10. It's the GeoMatch algorithm for refugee placement. Now, this sounds incredibly important, but also complex. How does an algorithm handle something so sensitive, like placing people? Doesn't that risk bias or, missing individual needs?
That's definitely a critical point. The way GeoMatch tries to tackle this, and it came out of Stanford and ETH Zurich, is by focusing on, employment. It uses machine learning, analyzing loads of historical data, refugee characteristics, locations, job outcomes, to find the locations where someone has the highest chance of finding work. So the aim, based on the data, seems to be finding those actual positive matches that help people get on their feet.
Right, focusing on that key factor for integration. And the numbers from the testing are pretty striking. Historical data showed it could boost employment rates by, 40 to 70% on average?
Yeah, huge jumps. Like in Switzerland, a 73% increase in employment after 3 years. And for the U.S. data, it suggested the median refugee could double their chances of finding a job within 90 days.
Wow, so it's really about dignity, economic independence. Not just efficiency, though it probably helps host countries too.
Exactly. A dual benefit, really.
Okay, number 9. This one many people will know. Democratizing information and education with OpenAI's ChatGPT. The adoption rate was just, staggering. 800 million weekly active users. What does that scale really mean in terms of impact?
It's phenomenal, isn't it? Beyond the raw numbers, it signifies this massive democratization of a really powerful AI tool. Suddenly, anyone with internet access has this assistant that can explain things, translate, help write, answer questions. It levels the playing field in some ways.
And the source notes, over 45% of users are under 25. That suggests a big impact on learning and maybe future productivity.
Absolutely. It's enhancing how people learn, how they work on a truly global scale.
Does the essay touch on the flip side? Like accuracy concerns or potential misuse, given that huge reach?
Well, this deep dive is focused squarely on the positive impact highlighted in the source. But, it's implicitly understood that with any tool this powerful, especially one democratizing information, there are crucial discussions around ethics, misinformation, and responsible use. For this list, though, the focus is purely on its power to boost learning and productivity worldwide.
Got it. Moving on to number 8. AI for renewable energy optimization. This seems absolutely vital for climate action. Renewables are great, but they're not always consistent, right? The sun doesn't always shine. The wind doesn't always blow. How does AI help there?
That's precisely the challenge AI tackles. These algorithms sift through enormous data sets, weather forecasts, consumption patterns, past production to predict energy generation much more accurately. DeepMind had a project, for instance, using a neural network to forecast wind power output 36 hours ahead.
Okay, so it makes the grid smarter, more predictive.
Exactly. It enables smart grids that can anticipate supply and demand, manage storage better, and integrate these variable sources more smoothly. It's about making renewables reliable.
And the impact. That DeepMind project alone boosted the economic value of wind power by around 20%.
Yeah, and beyond the economics, it improves grid stability, fewer blackouts. And the potential climate impact is huge. The essay cites estimates of maybe 1.8 gigatons of CO2 equivalent emissions reduced annually just from the power sector, if this is widely adopted.
Staggering potential. Okay, number 7 is accessibility AI. Specifically calling out apps like Be My Eyes and Microsoft Seeing AI. This feels like AI directly enhancing human connection and independence. How do they work?
They essentially use AI combined with a smartphone camera to narrate the visual world for people with blindness or low vision. Be My Eyes has this Be My AI feature for instant image descriptions. Microsoft Seeing AI is like a talking eye describing people, text, money, colors, objects in real time.
It's like having a personal guide in your pocket.
Pretty much. And the reach is massive. EI's has what, over 750,000 users, millions of volunteers across 150 countries. Seeing AI has done millions of tasks. It's a real force multiplier for independence, making everyday tasks much easier.
Just turning a phone into this powerful assistive device.
Yeah.
Amazing. All right, number 6 takes us into humanitarian aid. The WFP Hunger Map All Live, World Food Program. Food security is such a pressing global issue. What makes this AI platform stand out?
Hunger Map Live is essentially a near real-time dashboard for global food security. It monitors over 90 countries. It uses AI and predictive analytics, pulling in data on everything, conflicts, weather, economics, population, to figure out where hunger is spiking or likely to spike. It even generates nowcast current estimates for places where solid data is hard to get.
So it's not just tracking, it's predicting hotspots before things get critical.
Exactly. That's the game changer. It allows the WFP and others to shift from just reacting to crises to anticipating them. They can get resources in place proactively, potentially averting famines, saving lives. It's like an early warning system for hunger.
A proactive nervous system for the planet's food security. Powerful concept. Okay, halfway through. Number 5 is AI in precision agriculture, tackling food security and sustainability together. How does AI make farming, smarter?
It's about using data. AI platforms analyze information from drones, satellites, sensors in the fields, looking at plant health, soil conditions, moisture levels, you name it. Then, the AI provides really specific recommendations, where to apply water, fertilizer, pesticides, and exactly how much. Very precise.
So less waste, better yields.
That's the idea. Examples mentioned include apps like Plant Village Farmers can literally take a photo of a sick plant, and AI helps diagnose the disease. Or Farmer Chat, which gives localized advice through voice and text, which is crucial for overcoming literacy barriers in some regions.
And the results. The essay mentions big reductions in crop losses.
Yeah, for smallholders, maybe 30–50% reduction in losses from pests and diseases, plus huge resource savings. Pesticide use cut by potentially up to 97%, in some cases 40% in vineyards studied. Water savings over 27% in simulations for tomatoes.
It sounds like it's democratizing expertise for smaller farmers too, not just big agri-business.
Very much so. Farmer Chat reached over 460,000 farmers, aiming for millions more. It's about empowering them with data.
Incredible. Number 4, Zipline's medical drone delivery. This really does sound like the future is here. Autonomous drones delivering medical supplies. How does AI make that work reliably?
Zipline uses a whole network of these autonomous electric drones. The AI is crucial for the logistics behind it. It manages the inventory at the distribution centers, calculates the optimal flight paths, factoring in weather and terrain, schedules the drones, and ensures the packages are dropped accurately by parachute. They aim for delivery typically within 45 minutes. It gets vital supplies past, poor roads or remote locations.
And the health impact is profound. The essay mentions Rwanda, a 51% reduction in maternal deaths from postpartum hemorrhage in hospitals served.
Yeah, think about that. Delivering blood quickly where it's needed most, it's saving mothers' lives. In Rwanda, Zipline delivers over 75% of the blood needed outside the capital. And in Ghana, similar story, a 56% drop in maternal deaths in the north, vaccine stockouts cut by 60%. They serve thousands of health facilities, made over 1.3 million deliveries. It's also reducing waste, like blood product waste cut by 67%, and it's way cleaner than using cars.
That's just transformative for health equity. Truly life-saving logistics.
Yeah.
Okay, we're into the top 3. Number 3 is Google's AI flood forecasting system. AI for disaster prevention. Predicting floods days in advance sounds incredibly complex. How does the AI manage that?
It's actually a two-part system. First, a hydrological AI model crunches tons of public data weather forecasts, satellite images to predict river levels. Then a second AI model, an inundation model, simulates exactly which areas are likely to flood based on those river level predictions.
And it gives warnings how far ahead?
Up to 7 days in advance, which is huge. The forecasts are shared through their Flood Hub platform and Google Alerts.
7 days. That allows for real preparation.
Absolutely. And the system's reach is massive forecasts available in 80 to 100 countries, covering around 700 million people. Studies show early warning systems like this can cut flood deaths by up to 43%. That's potentially saving 23,000 lives a year globally.
And it has economic benefits too, like helping aid distribution.
Yeah, the essay mentions Mozambique, where they could give out cash aid before Cyclone Freddy hit, based on the forecast. And in India, it helped reduce post-disaster medical costs by 30%. It really shifts the focus from reacting after the damage is done to proactive, preventative action.
Turning data into a life-saving shield. Powerful stuff. All right, number 2, AI and diagnostic radiology, healthcare again, and this sounds like a direct boost to doctors' abilities. How does AI read medical scans differently or better than a human eye?
It uses computer vision, particularly types of neural networks called CNNs, which are just exceptionally good at spotting subtle patterns in images. They're trained on millions of medical images, so they learn to detect tiny anomalies, tumors, lesions, bleeds that might be missed, especially by less experienced eyes. Think of it as a superpowered second opinion that can flag suspicious areas or even help prioritize the most urgent cases for the radiologist.
And the accuracy claims are, well, pretty stunning. AI outperforming human experts in some cases.
The source material highlights several examples. A Google AI better at spotting breast cancer, an AI system twice as accurate at detecting strokes. Another beating 6 radiologists in diagnosing lung cancer with 94.4% accuracy. Alibaba's system diagnosed COVID-19 from CT scans in 20 seconds with 96% accuracy.
Wow.
And an AI found epilepsy-related brain lesions missed by human readers in 64% of cases in one study. Even detecting early pancreatic cancer, notoriously difficult, Alibaba's Damo Panda AI found 2 cases missed by traditional screening.
It's not about replacing radiologists, is it? It's about augmenting them, scaling that high-level expertise.
Precisely. It's making that top-tier diagnostic insight potentially more accessible everywhere.
Okay, we've reached number 1, the most impactful AI application for humanity, according to this essay. DeepMind's AlphaFold. Now, protein folding, maybe not something everyone thinks about daily. Why is this considered such a monumental breakthrough?
Right, so predicting how a protein folds into its 3D shape based on its amino acid chain was like one of the biggest unsolved problems in biology for 50 years. Understanding that shape is absolutely fundamental to understanding what a protein does, how diseases work, how drugs can target them. It was a massive bottleneck. AlphaFold from DeepMind essentially cracked this problem using deep learning, predicting structures with incredible accuracy.
So a huge scientific leap. But what made it number 1 on this impact list?
The key was what DeepMind did next. In 2021, they basically gave it away. They made the structures predicted by AlphaFold for over 200 million proteins freely available online in a massive database.
They just released it
Yeah.
for anyone to use.
Yep. It was a watershed moment for biology. It instantly expanded our knowledge of human protein structures from about 17% known to nearly 98%. The database now has over 214 million structures, basically. The entire known protein universe mapped out.
And the impact of that open access.
Immense. Over 2 million researchers in 190 countries are using it. It's estimated to have saved potentially 1 billion research years, plus millions in lab costs. It's directly accelerating research into everything: malaria, Parkinson's, antibiotic resistance, designing enzymes to eat plastic, creating climate-resilient crops.
So AlphaFold isn't just one application, it's like a foundational tool that unlocked progress across countless fields.
Exactly. It democratized this fundamental biological knowledge on an unprecedented scale. That's why it's number 1.
Wow, what a list. From placing refugees to mapping proteins.
Yeah.
So stepping back from the individual examples, what are the big takeaways? The essay seems to suggest some common threads, right? These sort of overarching themes about how AI delivers this positive impact.
It does. It pulls out 3 really powerful themes. The first one is what it calls the proactive revolution. From reaction to anticipation. We saw this again and again. AI's ability to see patterns lets us predict problems and act before they happen.
Like the flood forecasting giving that 7-day warning.
Exactly. Or the hunger map live spotting famine risk early. Even predicting refugee flow so infrastructure can be ready. It's more effective, saves lives, saves money, makes renewable energy more reliable too, anticipating supply. It's a fundamental shift.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. What's the second theme?
Scaling expertise. The democratization of elite knowledge. AI acts like a knowledge multiplier. It captures world-class expertise and makes it accessible anywhere, breaking down barriers.
Like the radiology AI giving any doctor near expert-level insight.
Precisely. Or AlphaFold giving every biologist the protein map. Plant Village giving expert farming advice to smallholders via their phone. ChatGPT explaining complex topics instantly. It has this incredible potential to reduce inequality in access to knowledge and opportunity.
Right, multiplying our best minds, essentially. And the third theme?
Making the invisible visible. AI as a planetary and human nervous system. This is about AI's power to process these huge, complex data sets, images, sensors, text, and reveal critical patterns that are just beyond human cognitive limits.
Seeing things we couldn't see before.
Exactly. AlphaFold made protein structures visible. The diagnostic AIs see tiny patterns in scans. Hunger Map Live makes food insecurity hotspots visible in real time. You see it in conservation AI predicting poaching risks, or climate AI tracking deforestation or optimizing energy grids. AI helps us perceive and understand complex systems, planetary or biological, in a much deeper way.
So, proactivity, democratization of expertise, and making the invisible visible, that paints a pretty compelling picture. And the essay argues we need to actively cultivate this kind of public good AI, right? Focusing funding and effort.
Yes, it calls for prioritizing public funding for AI in areas like public health, climate modeling, disaster response. And it really stresses the importance of open data and open models, like AlphaFold's database, to maximize the shared benefit.
Of course, it's not all simple. The source does acknowledge the challenges, the potential downside.
Oh, absolutely. It's crucial to remember that the same AI techniques can amplify bias if data is biased, or spread misinformation, or widen digital divides if access is inequitable. Think about AI in credit scoring, or algorithms shaping what news we see. So the big question hangs there. As we build these incredibly powerful tools, how do we simultaneously build the ethical guardrails, the transparency, the data privacy protections needed to ensure they truly serve humanity?
That's the critical balancing act. But looking at this list, here's what really strikes me. The consistent thread seems to be AI amplifying us, augmenting human intelligence and capability. It's not just about machines being smart. It's about making us better at solving huge problems, faster, and at a scale we couldn't manage alone.
That's a great way to put it. And maybe the final thought to leave listeners with is connecting that bigger picture. These AI applications aren't just tech wins. They hint at a potential shift in our relationship with knowledge itself, and maybe our capacity for collective action. So, the question for you listening might be, what invisible problems in your own community, your field, your world could be illuminated and tackled if we applied these same principles, being proactive, democratizing expertise, making the unseen visible?
A powerful question to ponder. We hope this deep dive gave you a useful overview of AI's incredible positive potential, grounded in real-world impact. Keep digging, keep questioning, keep exploring the possibilities. Thanks for joining us on the deep dive.